What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy X-Man. And today we watching the 2022 timeline by the basketball player from Cleveland.
That we actually cared about. Because
Tell me this nigga don't like Allen, bro. Hold up. Nigga like Jared Allen, bro.
whenever I do
No cap, bro.
see these timelines every year, they're always so fucking boring to me. Like, it's either all about one thing, like what happened in politics, or it's all about another thing, like what happened in pop culture. But I want to blend all of it, like add the politics, pop culture, memes, social media, entertainment, you know, you get the point. So without further ado, let's go over the 2022 timeline. January 2022. At the start of the year, it didn't seem too bad at first, to be honest. Nothing really important happened, except that whole COVID shit was still going on. I honestly forgot COVID was still happening until right now. Omicron or Omni, I don't care what it's called, was at its peak and its tongue was
That shit crazy. How the fuck COVID just disappeared? Well, it ain't. I know it ain't disappeared, but
down back to peak quarantine times. Every country was pretty much experiencing the highest number of COVID cases they had ever seen. The United States reached a record 5 million cases in 1 week. Even the UK recorded a record 192,000 cases in 1 day. Huh. You thought their food would have killed them first. Euphoria released its second season, giving some girls even more fictional characters they can attach themselves to and copy their most toxic traits. I mean, it was needed to be said. Come on, am I lying? Kim Kardashian and
hey, I can't never watch shit like Euphoria because I don't got a Netflix account. Comment down below your Netflix account. Type shit.
Mayweather was sued over their alleged crypto scam they promoted. The amount of celebrities that got away with this NFT and crypto scam was honestly pretty crazy at the time. The Hunga Tunga Hunga Hampi volcano erupted on January 15th. I hope I said that right. Which was one of the largest recorded volcano eruptions since 1883. It then caused a tsunami that caused devastation to the west coast of this country.
Topanga?
Tsunami that caused devastation to the west coast of
Tonga. Tungatapu.
This country. But something even more tragic happened next. Microsoft came out and announced that they're going to buy Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion in an all-cash deal. If the deal does actually go through, they'll own the rights to games like Call of Duty, Tony Hawk. If the deal does actually go through, they'll own the rights to $8.7 billion in an
Who buying it?
Microsoft came out and announced that they're going to buy Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion in an all-cash deal. If the deal does actually go through, they'll own the rights to games like Call of Duty, Tony Hawk, Overwatch, Warcraft, and all that. Which means also they could technically make those games only work.
Oh, she leaving, never coming back. Okay, I'm done with that.
On Xbox. So everyone would have to buy an Xbox. You would have to buy an Xbox. No one wants to buy an Xbox. Elon Musk starts to look for a clinical trial director to start testing brain chip implants on humans. You know, there's like 1,000 movies that tell us that this won't turn out right, but hey, you know, just do it, Elon. And to end it off on a pretty sad note, Rihanna officially announced she was pregnant with A$AP Rocky's baby, which then led to a group of who never had a chance to acting out in multiple ways. Some crying how they'll never get a chance, they never had one anyways. Some lashing out and getting furious over the fact she did this to them, she doesn't know them. And some pleading to
I was doing it. I was like, bro, fuck that nigga, fuck A$AP Rocky, but I was doing it for fun though. I don't give a fuck about that bitch.
God, and asking why he would ever do this. A$AP Rocky was officially target number 1 after that day. Also, the memes of this month were things like NFTs, Push and P, and Wordle. God, this fell off. February 2022. We started off this month with some pretty interesting things all around. Like on the first day of the month, Tom Brady announced his retirement from the NFL. You know, surely he won't change his mind 2 months later for no absolute reason. Rockstar finally confirmed that GTA 6 was in development. The day this happened was so surreal. And I'm saying it's surreal because nobody thought it was gonna happen. Everyone was cheering and praising and dancing around, just hearing something.
Hello, who worse? Rockstar Games or Playboy Cardi when it comes to dropping projects and shit? Who worse? Who be giving out the most blue balls? Rockstar Games or Playboy Cardi?
Was actually happening. People were already making Twitter GTA 6 update accounts and Twitter accounts counting down the days until GTA 6 would come out. And the hype very much made sense because up until this point, there was not a single word about GTA 6 development. Meanwhile, while we were all celebrating, Mark Zuckerberg was having the worst day of his life. Mark Zuckerberg's net worth dropped by $31 billion in 1 day, which bumped him to being the 10th richest person in the world. Oh no, guys. Oh my god. The 10th richest person in the world. How is he gonna recover? iShow Speed started to blow up around this month as well. And look, I know people are gonna say he was already big, and obviously he was, but this was around the time he started that whole Talking Ben thing, which I consider the catalyst to his fame. The Rams won the Super Bowl, and a couple days later, Brittany Griner was arrested over carrying vape cartridges in a Russian airport.
Damn, she got her shit locked up in February. She was in that bitch all year.
Surely this won't lead to one of the worst trades in U.S. history, embarrassing the entire country. That's not gonna happen. That's impossible to happen. The show Arthur ended this month as well, ending one of the most goated kids TV shows to have ever existed. A show that
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody watching me. Get along with
personally
each
included one of my
other.
favorite scenes in media of
You
all
got to
time.
listen to y'all, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street.
A couple days later, an angry man in Russia was hatching a plan to do some evil. Russia invaded the Ukraine on February 24th,
Okay, February. Ain't they still over there? Ain't Russia still in Ukraine?
2022. It causes mass panic in every country, and people start preparing for the worst in every part of the world. People all speak out in support of the Ukraine and change their profile pictures and bios to the picture of the Ukraine flag, until they
I ain't do shit.
eventually removed it after about a week. Now, I'm not here to tell the full timeline of the war, because, you know, that's too much of politics, and I don't have that much of a brain to
Get
do it.
together
And also
and
still
make
going on.
things better by working together. Every simple message that comes
But hey,
from
Elden
the
Ring released the
heart.
day right after. It was already breaking records right after its release, like having 953,000 concurrent players playing the game in the second weekend after its release. It was a pretty good game for like the first month, but just like every
I ain't never played Elden Ring like that.
story mode game, everyone beat it and moved on to the next thing. The memes of this month were things like the Megamind no bitches, I love lean, and Talking Ben. March 2022. Russia really started to face a cancellation that was never seen before in human history. Like, no one to this day can face the type of cancellation
Russia did in the beginning of this month.
on the first day, the US banned Russian flights from American airspace. Then all of the following was banned in Russia right after. Apple products, Apple
I remember this. I think niggas in Russia couldn't even eat McDonald's no more.
Pay, MasterCard, Visa, Nike products, McDonald's,
You see what I'm saying? Chat, y'all gotta start listening to me, bro. I'll be right sometimes.
CNN,
I know I'm a little slow, but I'll be right sometimes.
cryptocurrency, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, Snapchat, Microsoft, and Facebook. Not even R. Kelly could top being canceled as much as Russia was
Russia dry as hell right
in
now.
this month. The next day, Kim Kardashian and Kanye were officially confirmed legally single by divorce in court, leaving Kanye to eventually start his true villain. The Batman movie released, becoming one of the top 10 DC comic-based openings of all time,
I ain't watched this. I ain't watched this, bro. This year, 2023, bro, I'm doing more shit.
with $134 million on opening weekend. It also gave guys another celebrity that they have zero chance with to simp over. Russia legalized piracy of movies, games,
Who the fuck
that
is
they have
this?
zero chance with to simp
God damn, she look better than Rihanna.
over. Russia legalized piracy of movies, games, and more due to companies blocking their content in Russia. Don't know why people acted so surprised over this, acting like they don't do it as well. Tom Brady announced he was back from his retirement, breaking the record for the shortest retirement in human history. Netflix started to face its true downfall, a downfall that was soon to escalate after this moment, that they're going to require people to pay for users outside of their household who share accounts. To say people got pissed off was a understatement. Fortnite removed building for the
I remember that shit. I don't watch Netflix anyway.
new season for the first time ever. I never thought this day would come. It was absolute pandemonium in the community, leaving kids crying over the fact that they wasted 4 years practicing advanced building techniques instead of going outside. This was pretty much Fortnite Kids 9/11. Joe Biden warned that a quote-unquote real food shortage will happen due to sanctions they put on Russia. I was eating good this entire year, so I have zero clue what he was on about. And of course, the main course of this
Joe Biden don't know what the fuck he talking about. Joe Biden reading the script.
entire month, the Will Smith and Chris Rock slap. On March 27th,
Bro, I remember this shit, bro. Soon as he slapped that nigga, I got on Facebook. That's the only thing I saw for like 2 days.
2022, Will Smith walked on stage in the middle of Chris Rock speaking at the Oscars and proceeded to smack the out of him, leading to one of the most craziest days on social media. You also had people arguing with Will and saying they would do the same. All you saw that day were memes about the situation.
Keep my wife's name Shut your motherfucking...
You really couldn't escape the story for like 2 months. I swear the news were tracking Will Smith and Chris Rock at the time's whereabouts like they were level 1 threats on the FBI's most wanted list. I can guarantee you it was not that deep. Moving on, Ezra Miller was arrested for the first time at a karaoke bar after becoming agitated. The start of a villain arc that was to come. Also, Moon Knight released as well, which was a pretty fire show. The memes of this month were things like the Chris Rock slap, Moon Knight, the Batman movie, My Brother in Christ, and British people. April 2022. We started off this month with a huge W in my eyes. The House passed a bill that federally decriminalized marijuana, considering that some people literally have gotten more jail time for this than some grapers and Betos. I'll take it as a win. The Reddit game r/play started, giving everyone the ability to put a single pixel down on a white canvas every 5 minutes. Big streamers and communities cemented their place on it by moving in hordes to different spots, and causing a lot of unnecessary beef for no reason. You had people sending threats to each other over this, people getting in screaming matches over their territory, and overall just showing that the future generations will never be at peace with each other. We couldn't even be at peace with the little Reddit game. Possibly the worst movie in existence released as well, Morbius, flopping at the box office
I
on
never heard of this. Who?
opening weekend with $39 million made. It was so bad, in fact, that it turned into an entire meme of people saying it was good to get people to watch it to troll them. I really have never seen that up until Morbius' point. It came out that BTS was expected to serve in the South Korean army. It's mandatory for them to do their 18 months of military service. And just like the Fortnite kids with no building, this was every K-pop stand's 9/11. Elon Musk bought 9.2% of Twitter stock worth almost $3 billion after he made fun of their free speech policies. Jada Pinkett Smith came out and said she
Jada low-key look good. I ain't gonna lie.
wished Will Smith didn't smack Chris Rock at the Oscars. Yeah, that only confirmed even more to the public that she was a bitch. The Jada Pinkett Smith hate train was never leaving after that one. Scientists decided to broadcast Earth's location to aliens, which Stephen Hawking warned them not to do before passing away. Leave it to scientists and engineers to not listen to warnings and just do whatever the they want. The movie Sonic the Hedgehog 2 came out, and overall it was just really a good movie. It showed us that some companies can actually adapt a beloved series in a right way. The Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial officially started on April 11th. Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard for $50 million for defamation of his name, while Amber Heard countersued for $100 million, saying it was just self-defense. Whoever told her to countersue back for that much was definitely setting her up. This led to one of the most goofiest cases to ever be televised, and it was good to hear about for like a solid month, I would say, until it was viciously milked by the news. YouTubers and streamers were making like 100 videos on this every day, and you could be sure that anything that happened in that courtroom was gonna be released as news in some type of stupid way, even if it didn't need to. There was a app also that started to blow up around this time for some reason. Be Real. I still don't know what it does. I still don't know why it is. Elon Musk made his first offer to buy Twitter at $41 billion, starting the war for Elon buying Twitter. Russia warned the US and other countries that they would face unpredictable consequences against people who armed the Ukraine, you know, to help them with the whole war thing. And of course, nothing ever happened, so they were capping as usual. And Ezra Miller got arrested again for a second time in Hawaii over throwing a chair at a woman's head. The worst part is, his crimes only got worse.
If a chair put a hole in Kai head, imagine what that shit did to her head.
Worse and worse after this. There was never a sane headline with Ezra Miller after this, and Netflix started to seep in their L's. It got confirmed that Netflix was set to lose $50 billion after losing 200,000 subscribers. Twitter officially accepted Elon Musk's $44 billion offer to buy the platform, and Trump said the same day he wasn't going to come back to Twitter if he gets unbanned and will stay using Truth Social, which was a pretty big mistake in my eyes, because who the f actually uses Truth Social? Megan Fox and MGK revealed that they drink each other's blood, confirming them
I made this stupid shit
as the weirdest couple ever to the public. There was never a sane headline with these two after that. From that day on, everyone just kind of looked at them like that weird couple in high school who would always hide in a corner and whisper in each other's ear weirdly. Funny enough, those type of couples always lasted the longest.
Oh god, I was just thinking about that.
And they're still going as strong, so I guess it does make sense. Memes of this month were things like Morbius, Jaden Smith's political and economic state of the world speech thing, Quandale Dingle, Elon Musk's Twitter deal, and of course the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. May 2022. At the start of this month, Amber Heard really started to get shit on online. People didn't like her so much. They got her removed to less than 10 minutes of screen time in Aquaman 2 because of a petition. Like, she was such a that a petition actually worked. Petitions never work. Nope. nobody cares about that. Also, Dave Chappelle got attacked on stage by a man who rushed the stage. Apparently, he was mad over the jokes Dave Chappelle made about the LGBTQ and trans community. You know, I'll never understand why people go to comedy shows where they make fun of everybody as a job and get all pissed off and distasteful once they hear some type of joke that was too edgy or dark for them. The attacker even had a knife and was planning to actually hurt him even more. And I don't care how distasteful you think a comedian's joke is. Killing someone over a joke will never make sense in any type of world. The Black Lives co-founder admitted she lied when she denied using the group's $6 million home for business. And this month, the whole BLM organization pretty much got exposed for capping the whole time. It was a damn shame because it gave racist people a complete up on us now. Because now once you say Black Lives Matter, they all just say it's a scam and they don't believe in it. Even though the message and the organization are completely two different things. But you know what's worse than racism in America? Young Thug and Gunna getting arrested. On May 9th, Young Thug and Gunna were arrested on charges of participation in street gang activity, as well as 26 other YSL affiliates in a 56-count indictment. And police also alleged that YSL is a gang, as you guys know, and affiliated with the Bloods gang. And just like K-pop stans losing BTS for 18 months, this day was rap's 9/11. Everyone was shocked and bewildered that these two could even get arrested. But I mean, is it really that surprising? If you look at one music video with Young Thug and Gunna and YSL, you'll probably see like 10 illegal things going on in the background. North Korea reported its country's first coronavirus infection, biggest cap of the year. Netflix took another L by announcing they're laying off 150 more employees. And another disease was slowly starting to creep on us after we just finished fighting COVID. Monkeypox. Monkeypox.
I forgot about this shit, boy.
Scared everyone because it wasn't like having COVID. Like if you had COVID, yeah, you would get sick. But I think I would rather feel 10 times sick by COVID than having literal cess pimples popping out all over.
Nigga, why you saying you'd rather have COVID? Like you can't die from COVID. Nigga, people know people who die from COVID, my nigga. COVID just not, you get sick for a couple of days and you back regular. No, if you get sick from COVID, nigga, you can die.
My body. It started to be talked about a lot online at this time and people were worried about another lockdown happening. But don't worry because it kind of just got forgotten and no one ever mentioned it again. Like genuinely, what the f happened to monkeypox? Meanwhile, Stranger Things Season 4 released this month. This was pretty much Netflix's last bullet in the chamber and it had to save them this year or they were sinking to the ground. And it did save them, at least for a little bit. Stranger Things Season 4 broke the record for most minutes watched in a week on Netflix. And just as the TikTok girlies like to do, they clinged on to another unhinged fictional character and simultaneously ruined a fan base for good.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell.
The NRA held its convention from May 27th to May 29th. And if you're not from the United States and don't know what the NRA is, NRA stands for National Rifle Association. So America has an association for guns. Yeah, I see why people can't take America very serious sometimes. And obviously people weren't too happy with this considering it was a couple days after a mass shooting at an elementary school. But hey,
R.I.P.
I mean, what other country would you be able to carry a rocket launcher and aim it in a convention center? Oh yeah, this country. And to end off this month, a man threw pie at the Mona Lisa. Why did he do it? No one knows to this day. All we do know though, is that it led to a pattern of people attacking pieces of art around the world as a protest for some reason. Throwing every types of vegetables and food to protest for climate change, which, you know, I guess. The memes of this month were things like Better Call Saul, the Sonic movie, and Morbius was still a meme. June 2022. This month we started off with a big f***ing dub. Johnny Depp won his defamation case for $15 million against Amber Heard, while Amber Heard won $2 million in the countersuit. Everyone
Stupid bitch.
was happy and joyous and frolic.
I was happy. I wasn't even following the case, and I was happy as fuck for my nigga Johnny, just because he was on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Looking around that it finally ended. Meanwhile, I was just happy that the news could finally stop covering this f***ing case and move on to more important things. The Boys Season 3 started releasing weekly, which meant everyone started witnessing absolute top-tier peak fiction. Internet Explorer shut down after 26 years as well, which is the amount of time anyone had ever last used it. The Warriors defeated the Celtics and won the NBA championship, and everyone's favorite light-skinned Drake possibly released the worst album in his entire discography. I still to this day have not met a single person that likes this album. Vince McMahon stepped down as the CEO of WWE. This was huge since he was the face of WWE for pretty much our entire childhoods. I mean, it was because he was facing certain allegations for women that were starting to seem true, but he did create WWE. President Joe Biden faced a tragic injury to himself.
Joe Biden is a robot.
He was fine after. Bitcoin dropped to 20,000 and reached its lowest price in 18 months. And at that moment, everyone then realized that crypto was just a fad all along. No different than Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. It was all just a dream. Meanwhile, Netflix fired another 300 employees. You see what I mean when I said not even Stranger Things could save them? And the United States government proved to make another dumb decision like they usually do. The Supreme Court overturned Roe vs. Wade, meaning that each state had the choice to ban abortions if they wanted to. This day was hell for social media. Like, this is by far the most 19th century type choice the Supreme Court has ever made in a while. On some good news though, R. Kelly was finally sentenced to 30 years in prison. They could have done this like 20 years ago, but I mean, hey, we could take it as a win. Also, we gotta give some retribution for the YouTube community. This was the same month where Technoblade sadly passed away due to cancer. It was a very sad day. Rest in paradise,
I don't know you Technoblade, but R.I.P.
Technoblade. The memes of this month were things like Yeet, Drake's album flopping, the Forehand Guy, Dolly Mini, and the Ace Attorney Clown Girl. July 2022. Minions: The Rise of Gru released on July 1st, becoming one of the first movies to actually utilize meme culture and actually help them in movie sales. The creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Kazuki Takashi passed away in a snorkeling accident. Rest in paradise to one of the GOATs. TikTok officially confirmed that China does indeed access US user data after they got called out. Wow, what a shocker! It's not like your For You page representing exactly what you talk about every day gave it away. Elon Musk terminated his deal for buying Twitter, and right after Twitter threatened to sue him. I can't blame them. For $44 billion, I would have been mad as too. Sesame Street's amusement park Sesame Place got called out for being racist to multiple children in different videos. Like on one of the videos, you just see the character flat out denying a hug from one of the black kids. And on another video, the character just comes in and pushes that child to the ground. Bro did not have to come in like this. It shouldn't be funny, but it kind of is. Also, in this month, an odd bald-headed man started to appear more on people's TikTok for you.
Do you own a Bugatti?
I remember the specific day where I just started to see Andrew Tate on my TikTok For You page for some reason. Andrew Tate pretty much started dominating social media for the summer and giving guys who have no father figure an online one to cling to. One clip you were seeing him talking about how bad vaping is, and on another clip you were seeing him say if you don't drink sparkling water, you're a I feel like the world with Andrew Tate in society completely changed. The Roblox oof sound was removed from the game due to a licensing issue, which meant that it ended one of the most iconic sound effects and ending an iconic era of memes from the game. The worst part though is that it could have been completely prevented. Now, I'm not gonna go fully into the case, but just know this has been going on for years.
Oof!
And it was definitely Roblox's fault that they lost the sound. To end it off on a good note though, Mr. Beast finally hit 100 million subscribers on YouTube, making him the second channel ever to hit 100 million subscribers that's not an organization or company next to PewDiePie. The memes of this month were things like The Boys, Andrew Tate, Homelander, and LeBron James multiverses. August 2022. Starting off this month was not good at all. Brittany Griner was officially sentenced to 9 years in a Russian prison. Yeah, still a bad trade, should have kept her locked up. Doja Cat shaved her hair and eyebrows, becoming the punching bag for TikTok and Twitter memes for the entire month. I mean, that was a very rough month. Donald Trump's house was raided by the FBI. Now the FBI needs to get the rest of everybody in politics. Also, a certain music artist started to blow up. Some say she was the savior to music. Some say she was a reincarnation of Beethoven. Ice Spice. Ice Spice was blowing up at that time because of her song Munch, proving that talent really doesn't matter anymore. And also proving that you can—
Oh God, if you fine as hell, if you're a 9, if you're an 8 out of 10, with a little booty, you can make it in life.
really become a one-verse wonder. Also, don't forget Drake's creepy ass prying his hands all over her like he usually does with the newest upcoming female rapper. She did have everyone saying Munch for like a month though, so it was pretty funny. Also, I would say New York lingo like Riz and getting sturdy was starting to become mainstream. And I already know it was big before, but it started to reach that point where suburban white kids knew what getting sturdy was and what Riz was. And that's when you know something is mainstream. The reckoning came down for everybody's favorite top G. Andrew Tate got banned on Instagram and Facebook. And later on, every single social media platform would do the same thing, leaving 13-year-old and on Instagram and Facebook. And later on,
how did he get banned on Twitch? He still be on Aiden Switch.
On every single social media platform would do the same thing, leaving 13-year-old boys with not only no father figure in real life, but even one online. Andrew Tate got closest to how Russia got canceled in the beginning of this year. It was at the point where even people that didn't like him kind of wondered, was it that serious? You gotta admit, they treated bro like a class 5 level 1 threat to humanity at some point. Memes of this month were things like Andrew Tate, Walter White, Nathaniel B, and Fortnite's Dragon Ball collab.
Ain't you Nathaniel B?
We started off this month pretty crazy. Queen Elizabeth II passed away at 96 years old on September 8th. It was a very sad day for the Brits. Some people were sad, and many more were happy. I've never seen someone's death get more slandered in my entire life than when the Queen passed away. You had people smoking on her pack, making edits of TikTok of her and laughing, putting Rip Bozo on their bio tour. I don't even like the royal family, and even I was like, damn, yo, y'all are crazy. The Navy came out and admitted that they have UFO videos but won't release it to the public because it would harm national security. I'm more shocked that people really thought the government wasn't lying when they said they didn't have any proof on aliens. Also, this monstrosity of a video happened.
Period.
She after this actually managed to get an online following and thrive on the internet for some reason. There's no saving this generation. A certain conspiracy theory started around the chess community. Hans Niemann, a professional chess player, managed to beat Magnus Carlsen from Norway in the Sinquefield World Cup. But a rumor was started saying he used vibrating anal beads to win against him. The drama was surprisingly big for some reason, and I still have zero clue why. Like, it got to the point where they even scanned this man's ass to see if he had anal beads in his next chess match. Crazy world we live in. Rockstar got hit by a huge hack which led to early development footage of GTA 6 getting leaked. This is just crazy considering the fact that they finally told us something at the start of the year. And it was one thing just confirming that the game was even developing. So I know when they saw this hack, they shit the out of their pants. Twitch banned gambling sites from their website after streamers threatened to strike, pretty much putting streamers out of jobs overnight. Emphasis on Aiden Ross and Trainwreck's when I'm talking about streamers that gamble. Jeffrey Dahmer.
You cap. First off, my nigga Trainwreck don't need to gamble. He is entertaining. Aiden don't need to gamble. He is entertaining. My nigga Tommy, you entertaining too.
The series released on Netflix.
Tommy, subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I be watching your videos. Subscribe to my channel, Tommy.
Breaking the previous Stranger Things record with a 3.7 billion minutes streamed in the first week on Netflix, and giving some women once again another absolutely unhinged man to cling on because they have nothing better to do. The UK police arrested the person responsible for hacking Rockstar Games, which turned out to be some 17-year-old kid doing it on his room's computer. Bro's definitely getting the death penalty. The Simon streamed their football charity match with some of the biggest YouTubers and content creators there, raising over £1 million to 4 different charities, and at the same time also becoming the 7th most watched YouTube livestream with 2.5 million concurrent people watching. NASA successfully crashed a spacecraft into an asteroid to test if they could prevent asteroids from hitting Earth in the future. Should have let it just hit Earth, but hey, that's just me. Florida got hit with Hurricane Ian, which lasted approximately a week. They got warned by the government to leave ASAP and were ordered to evacuate immediately. And of course, because they're from Florida, they didn't listen. I swear, people from Florida think they can fight God and win. You were called to evacuate for a reason. And now you're stuck in a house flooded and completely devastated. And we ended off the month with some pretty sad news. Sadly, Coolio passed away at age 59, aka the man known for creating one of the most safest songs to play on any aux, Gangsta's Paradise. Rest in peace, Coolio. The memes of this month were things like the Queen passing away, the wise mystical tree, Adam Levine's cheating text, and can we get much higher, One Piece. October 2022. This month might have been the most packed out of all of them. On the second day of
my birthday month.
The month only, this happened. Yeah, so Dream's face reveal proved to me one thing. People on the internet are just f***ing mean. The amount of slander Dream got this day was just absolutely unheard of. You had people call him Lord Farquaad, saying he looked like Humpty Dumpty, saying he looks like Prince Charming from Shrek, all around just throwing dirt and kicking him to the ground. And after this, because of y'all, I guarantee long-time channels that are faceless aren't going to do face reveals anytime soon. Oh, also, we finally made it back to Kanye. Kanye wore a White Lives Matter shirt with Candace Owens, certifying his villain arc start. Tom Brady and his wife divorced after 13 years of marriage. And back to Kanye. Kanye made a little tweet on Twitter that got him in a lot of trouble. Now, I'm obviously not gonna read it or say it, but just know it's a tweet not wishing the best towards a certain group of European people. His account was banned a day after that tweet. Ye really started to face the cancellation at this point. Chase Bank banned him for his anti-Semitic comments, and on the same day, his good buddy Alex Jones was ordered to pay $965 million to Sandy Hook victims in a lawsuit. Like, what do you even do at that point in your life? You're not paying that off ever. You're still gonna have to work to pay it off anyways. You're f***ed. His net worth online doesn't even have a positive number, it's in the negatives. Back to Kanye. Kanye West went on Drink Champ's interview. Now, I'm not sure if I can show this footage anymore, but all you need to know is that he said things that no one can defend, saying stuff like George Floyd didn't die from the knee on his neck, which he would later get sued a couple days later by the family in a $250 million lawsuit. Okay, everyone knows Kanye said something completely out of pocket and should have never been said ever, but a $250 million lawsuit is kind of crazy.
Shit, they trying to come up just like Kanye trying to come up. Kanye trying to get down stir us on drama so he can drop his next song.
My eyes. And let me just list all the companies real quick that cut ties with Ye after this so we can just move on with the video. Adidas, Balenciaga, Gap, CAA, MRC Entertainment, Vogue, Foot Locker, Skechers, and TJ Maxx. All these cut ties from these companies made him officially not a billionaire anymore, making him only worth $500 million. And I don't know why I'm saying only, considering the fact that it's $500 million. Elon Musk officially bought Twitter for $44 billion on October 27th, making one of the single dumbest purchases committed by any billionaire. Also, Modern Warfare 2.
How can, I don't get it, how can Elon Musk earn money from them?
Released. which for the shock to COD fans, actually came out pretty good. This is considering the fact like everybody did not like the past 4 CODs, and everybody came together for this one. They were like, it's actually good. Memes for this month were things like Dream's face reveal, Ohio, Can We Get Much Higher, and the Mario movie, November 2022. We started off this month honestly with just the worst type of news. November 1st, 2020, rapper Takeoff was shot and killed. It was a very sad day and a huge loss for the rap community, and what's worse was that it shouldn't even have happened. Rest in paradise to Takeoff, and rest in peace to one of the greatest rap trios to ever happen. At the same time, the Sigma community started to blow up even more for some reason. I think this was due to Andrew Tate getting banned or something and all these red pill dudes, with kids posting TikTok Sigma edits and possibly generating the worst content the platform has ever seen. Drake released Her Loss, which was a collab album with 21 Savage, and to everyone's surprise, it was actually good. Drake definitely had something snap inside him after Honestly Nevermind. God of War Ragnarok released on November 9th.
The nigga Drake had to get some more writers. A nigga said, y'all ain't do it good on that album. Y'all fire. New writers, please.
Breaking a record of selling more than 5.1 million copies first week on PS4 and PS5, which again is one of the best games this year by far. The FTX scandal. Now this is way too much to explain and I have too tiny of a brain to do it, but I'll just give the gist of it. On November 11th, 2022, FTX, which was a big cryptocurrency exchange, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And at the same time, their CEO Sam Bankman-Fried stepped down from the position, pretty much destroying the company overnight. Meaning that if you had any type of money in your crypto wallet for FTX, that was gone by the next day. Imagine waking up and checking your bank account and all your money disappeared from it in a day. It's just crazy to even think about. But hey, at least Black Panther Wakanda Forever released the same day. Trump announced that he's running for president in 2024. The world hit 8 billion people. And now we can get to the no-no brand. Balenciaga. Now I'm not gonna fully explain what they did in this video in hope of keeping this monetized, but I think most of us know by now and I'll just give a little drawing of it. So this is the brand, and after the scandal, this is them. Make sense now? Elon Musk started to make changes to Twitter, like adding the ability to buy a verification badge, and unbanning the controversial suspended accounts like Andrew Tate, Donald Trump, Kanye West, Jordan Peterson, etc., unleashing the holy villains to the public once again. But don't worry, because Kanye got banned once again a month later. The Qatar World Cup officially started on November 20th, and Qatar became the first country to ever host the World Cup while simultaneously losing the fastest. Does anyone know how long Qatar's team was even in the World Cup? It also got exposed that they pretty much built all those stadiums in the country using immigrant slaves from other countries, and they even admitted themselves over 500 people died just making the stadiums. All of that really happened just for your country to lose first. Wednesday released on Netflix, breaking the previous record on Netflix with
she fine, bro. I think her name Gina McCarthy.
Over 411 million hours viewed on its debut, and once again giving down bad guys another girl to simp over that they'll never get. Jenna Ortega's hype needs to be.
Her name Gina Ortega G, whatever. I ain't sipping over the bitch. I said she fine. I just wanna fuck.
Be honestly studied in the future. The fact that she really gained 10 million followers in 10 days just shows the male species cannot be saved. No wonder people like Andrew Tate popped up this year. The memes of this month were things like Ohio still for some reason, the COD Ghostface, God of War, LeBron James capping, and just the World Cup in general. December 2022. The last month of the year wasn't too much. Kanye started off by being in the headlines again when he went on Alex Jones' show InfoWars and said a lot of, let's just say, bad things to a certain group of European people, while also praising the man that led to a lot of their ancestors' demise. At this point, even the most meat-riding Kanye fans decided that they were officially done with him. There was literally no defending what he said, like it was humanly impossible. Trump's organization got caught in 4K and was found guilty on all counts of criminal tax fraud, which isn't even talked about a lot. Like, I feel like this should be much more important than it is. Brittany Griner was officially released from prison after a prison swap between the United States and Russia, which rightfully got everybody pissed the f off with how we could even be embarrassed like this. Ask 99% of Americans and I guarantee they would say no to the swap if they found out the man they were trading was named the Merchant of Death. The governor of Texas officially banned TikTok on all state-issued devices, which you might think is not important, but right after this, Congress introduced a bill to ban TikTok in the entire United States, meaning that people would actually have to go outside and start getting jobs. R. Kelly released an album from jail. It was called I Admit It. That's
I peed on that little girl.
The Game Awards happened as well, with huge games winning awards this year, obviously, like Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. And the most important thing of all out of the entire Game Awards,
You know, real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
Gunna was released from jail on December 14th after pleading guilty. Some people say he did snitch, some people said he didn't snitch. But if we're being honest, he definitely did. And to end off the entire year of 2022, the World Cup finally ended by Argentina winning at the end in penalties, making Messi the official GOAT of football. And with that being said, the year of 2022 is officially over. Possibly one of the most fast-paced, moving, and back-to-back things happening in a year for some time now. I obviously couldn't include everything, and I'd probably lose my mind because the video would be like 2 hours long. But I just personally wanted to make this and do this concept more creative than I've seen. Also, I'm gonna be cliche for a second. Thank you for everybody that watches my videos. We honestly grew an insane amount this year, and I was not expecting that my first year coming back to YouTube. And if you're watching this in the future, please just...
Alright, yeah, man, we just watched this whole Tommy NFG video, you know what I'm saying, 2022 video. Hit the like button for good luck in 2023, man.